Hello, this is Manish Patel again with EII Capital Group. This is going to be the second video we're going to be recording for Ichimoku, Ohio, out of 6 or 7 videos where we're going to break down the Ichimoku system into individual components. Today we're going to be discussing the Tenkan Sen indicator. Um, so before we start beginning and jumping into everything, normal disclaimer that's out there. Just a quick note, this is for educational purpose only. All charts are basically are created in Thinkorswim platform. You could go to www.thinkorswim.com and you could see their charting application along with their brokerage services. Here are my contact details. Um, you could go to eiicapital.com and you could get all these other resources that are available to learn Ichimoku for free. Okay, we're going to jump straight in to a chart. Again, this is the ES 120-minute chart for the ES. Now, if you noticed from before, there's a little blue line that's extra, and the reason why is I'm kind of did that on purpose. That's a simple moving average that's based on 9 periods. Today's presentation, we're going to be going for Tenkan Sen. This is basically the 9-period short-term indicator that we have on the Ichimoku indicator. So the formula for the Tenkan Sen is basically where you take the highest high for the last 9 periods, add that to the lowest low of the last 9 periods, take both of those, add them together, and divide by 2. So you take an average of them, and that's what gives you that value right there. So basically, it's the highest high for 9 periods. It's the average of the highest high plus the lowest low for the last 9 periods, and that's what gives you the information here. That's what that red line is, which is the Tenkan Sen. Okay, that's very, very similar to the simple moving average of a 9 period that most people add, but the only difference is between the simple moving average. All the moving averages that most people use are based on closing prices. It doesn't really you look at the highs or the lows at all. Now there are some indicators out there that you can sit there and adjust the moving average to that, but most average moving averaging indicators are basically looking at the closing price. And for us, for Ichimoku, that's not really good enough. Reason why is our indicators, we want them to incorporate volatility. You really can't sit there and incorporate volatility if you're just looking at closing prices. You really need to account for the high and the low for that day. Reason why is you could sit there open at one price, have a huge move up and then a huge move down, and at the end of the day close right where it opened, and you can't really tell what happened. So really, when you're looking at closing prices, it doesn't take into account volatility that happens within a day. So that's why the Ichimoku indicators are very critical and key. Reason why is they're looking at the highest high and the lowest low for the last 9 periods, and you're kind of getting that average for there, so that incorporates volatility within the indicators. Um, if you notice, there's one big difference between the simple moving average and the Tenkan Sen. The Tenkan Sen actually has a lot of flat parts, whereas the moving average doesn't have flat parts. That's very, very key. Reason why is basically in a trend, these indicators should be pointing down. When a trend kind of stalls, that's when you're going to start getting these flat parts. Okay, most of the times trends stall, and what I mean by stall is a pullback will start occurring. Okay, and a lot of times that will occur, especially if there's a big gap that occurs. If you notice here, the Tenkan Sen was falling price, and all of a sudden here, price just gaps straight down. Okay, next day the Tenkan Sen's right here, and price is still moving down, and it moved. If you notice during the day, it moved very, very low. Okay, and what's that's happening is basically price is now coming out of equilibrium with the Tenkan Sen, in that basically the Tenkan Sen is not following price at all. So when the Tenkan Sen is flat, that basically is an indicator that you may get a short-term pullback or a consolidation pattern where both price and the Tenkan Sen will equalize. Either price will come and meet to the Tenkan Sen, or the Tenkan Sen will come and meet price, or they may just meet halfway. One of those 3 scenarios will happen. You don't know which one, but it's just a sign of caution. Okay, so again, this Tenkan Sen is basically a key indicator for short-term price movement, and is very key to kind of see what's going on there. One key thing to note, if this indicator is within the cloud, that's a word of caution too, because whenever any of the Ichimoku indicators are in the cloud, it basically indicates consolidation may occur. Okay. Oops, I just killed my volume. Again, here's my contact details. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me through my email or through the website. Thank you.